Homemade teriyaki is such a versatile sauce that it can be used in so many dishes. It is a very easy recipe and only takes a few key ingredients and takes about 10 minutes to make. I also love having control of the flavor, such as how sweet the sauce is, or adding different aromatics. My favorite way to use this sauce is making teriyaki salmon bowls, perfect for a healthy meal prep. Once that video is ready, I'll have a link to it in this video and also in the description. So now for the ingredients. We're gonna need soy sauce. I'm using a Japanese brand here. Feel free to use any soy sauce that you have laying around. Some sake. The brand that I'm using here is called Gaikeiken. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Mirin, which is a sweet Japanese cooking wine. For the aromatics, feel free to leave them out if you don't have them. But I'm going to be using a couple cloves of garlic and about a thumb piece size of ginger. Some sugar to sweeten the sauce. Cornstarch to make a slurry. And a jar to hold everything when we're done. Let's prep our aromatics. First, peel the garlic. And then roughly chop it up. Next, we're going to do the same with the ginger. We're just going to peel by cutting off the sides. And then I'm going to cut it into these slices where I can make little tiny matchsticks. This will help chop them up into smaller, finer pieces. We're going to set the garlic and ginger aside for now until we're ready to cook. Next, we're going to measure out the liquids for our teriyaki sauce. I recommend using a glass container for this, so that when we're done cooking the sauce and it's still hot, we can just pour it right into the glass container. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pour in equal parts of soy sauce, sake, and mirin. It doesn't have to be exact. Later when we reduce the sauce, we're going to lose some of this liquid anyways. Now that we have our aromatics prepped and all the sauces measured out, now we can start building and creating our teriyaki sauce. In a saucepan, I'm going to pour in our sauce, and I'm going to turn the heat to about medium-high until it starts boiling. Also, throughout this process, I'm going to keep stirring occasionally so that the sugars don't get stuck to the bottom of the pan. And when it starts boiling, I'm going to turn the heat to medium, and I'm going to add in my sugar. At this point, you can decide how much sugar you want, but I recommend going in with a little bit first, maybe about a couple tablespoons, and then tasting as you go. If you like a sweeter teriyaki sauce, then feel free to add in as much as you want. But for me, I actually prefer my teriyaki to be a little bit more on the savorier side, so I'm only going to put in this much for now. And I gave it a taste and it was still very bitter, so I'm just going to add in some more sugar right now. Keep stirring until you start noticing that the sauce has reduced a bit, and in goes in all the aromatics. Give the aromatics a couple minutes to infuse into the sauce. And in the meantime, let's get our cornstarch slurry ready on the side. I'm using about a tablespoon and a half of cornstarch, and I'm just going to pour in just a little bit of water and mix it up. I'm only going to go in with half of this slurry mixture for now and see how thick it turns out. Give it a mix and then let the cornstarch incorporate into the sauce. At this point, it was still a bit too thin for my liking, so I'm just going to add a little bit more. Give it a mix and some more time. And this is the consistency that I'm looking for. Feel free to make it more thick if you want. I like when it is thickened to this point because even when you're done, it'll continue to thicken over time. Pour it in your glass container. And there you have it. Homemade teriyaki sauce. The teriyaki sauce is good in the fridge for about a month. And having this sauce ready to go opens up so many amazing dishes you can make. If you've enjoyed this video or have learned something, leave a comment and like the video. I would love to hear back from you. And I hope you have a wonderful day.